So here first we'll start off with 2 router configuration, then we'll move with 3 router configuration. So here I have added the devices of 2621 XM series routers, and these are the modular routers, right? So we have to add the serial cards. So just click on this device, power off, drag and drop this WIC2T card and click on this power button. Your device will get powered on. So likewise, go to router 2, do the same thing, power off your device, drag and drop here, power on, done. Now in order to build a LAN, we would be requiring here some device called switch. Click on this device. Here I'm adding 2960 switch. So here switch 1, switch 2, and here I'll be adding some pieces. So here PC1, PC2, PC3 and PC4, PC5, PC6. So here as of now, no need to worry whatever the ports you're connecting on the switch from your PC. So just click on PC F0 by 0, and here as of now you can connect any one of the port on the switch. So here any one of the port, and here also same thing, connect to any one of the port here. And from router I'm connecting on the interface F0 by 0 to any one of the port on the switch. Here also same thing, on router 1 F0 by 0 interface to any one of the port. And in order to represent the WAN connection, we have to use something called serial cable. So this will be your serial DCE cable. So click on this, click on router. Here I am connecting the interface of serial 0 by 0 to serial 0 by 0 on router 2. Now we have to assign the IP to these devices. So as I said that on whatever the interface you have connected on your routers, you have to log on to that specific interface and you have to assign the IP address for that specific interface only. So if you have connected to the interface F0 by 0 on your router, and if you are trying to assign the IP address to the interface F0 by 1, where the communication is not going to happen, your interface will never comes up. So you have to be careful whenever you are assigning an IP address. So now I'll be opening up the console of your device, CLI. So this will be the console of the device. So it was in a mode called setup mode. So in order to skip this, we have to say no. Now we are in a user mode. From this user mode, if I say the command enable, I'll be entering into the mode called privileged mode. So from this privileged mode, if I want to move into the next mode called global configuration mode, I need to say the command called configure terminal. Once you press enter, you will be into the mode called config hash mode. So here I'll be changing first thing called hostname by using a command hostname r-1. Now the router device name has been changed from default name router to r-1. Now here I need to log on to the interface. So in order to enter into the interface, we have to use a command called interface command and interface type. So on my device, I have the interfaces called fast Ethernet ports. So interface type fast Ethernet, and now we have to say here port numbers. So I have connected on my router 0 by 0 port. Once I press enter, it will take you to the mode called config if mode. Here you have to say IP address. I decided to use here IP address 100 and 255.255.255.0. No, shut down. Once you press enter, interface status will change state. And you have to say exit. And again I have connected to one more interface called serial 0 by 0. Okay. So now here I'll be assigning the IP address here. IP address 10.0.0.1 255.255.255.0, or else you can use default C class subnet mask, and here no shutdown, clock rate 64,000, let's say, done. So this clock rate is a mandatory command in the packet tracer whenever you are configuring the serial interfaces. So this clock rate command is applicable only on your lab practical scenarios. Okay, so now let's jump to your router 2. CLI no enable configure terminal, and here hostname will be R-2 interface F0/0 I have connected, IP address 2.100.255.255.255.0, no shutdown, exit, and again interface serial 0/0 I have connected, IP address 10.0.0.2.255.0.0.0, no shutdown, exit, done. So now my interface status changed to up. If I verify by using a command called show IP interface brief, see here my interface status was showing as a up and up. So if I try to ping to my opposite WAN interface, which is connected to my router 1, 10.0.0.1, I should able to get the response. So whenever you are getting a response, which means it confirms that the configuration of your interfaces was successful and it was up and running. Now let's go to your PCs and assign the IP address desktop IP configuration 1.1, and here you can press tab. It is going to automatically take the subnet mask information, and here you will be having some column called default gateway. Default gateway is nothing but your router. So in this default gateway you have to mention your router IP address. So it will be having 1.100 as a gateway. Okay, now let's go to here PC2 desktop IP configuration 1.2 1.100, and here PC3 desktop IP configuration 1.3 1.100. Let's go to this one, desktop IP configuration 2.1 2.100 is my gateway, which is nothing but my router IP address, and here 192.168.2.2, and here 2.100 will be the gateway, and this is my third PC. It will be having 2.3, and here 2.100 will be the gateway. Now if you go to this PC command prompt, if I say here the command called ipconfig, if I press enter, it will show you the IP address whatever you have configured on your device. Okay, now if I try to ping to my 1.2 PC on my network, I can able to ping, and 1.3 I should able to get the response. And if I say here 1.100, which is my router, I can able to ping to my router as well. So which is going to confirm that your interfaces and your IP address configuration was perfectly working fine, and all your interfaces was up and running. But if you try to ping to the opposite network, which is 2.network, it says that destination host was unreachable. So why we are getting this message, we'll see in the concept of routing. Okay, so now this is the way the two router configuration. So now let's take an example in 3 router configuration. So I'll be going with the same scenario, but here I'm adding one more device, which is router 3. Again here we have to add module, click on router, and here WIC2T card, power on the device, and here place switch, and here PCs, make sure the connectivity using here straight cable from the LAN connectivity, and from router 2 switch using the straight cable, and here serial cable I need to use from router 2 to router 3. So on router 2, I'm connecting here serial 0 by 0 interface, and here serial 0 by 0 I'm connecting on my router. Okay, so here I'm continuing with the same lab, right? So here I'll be having on router 2 now, I'll be having here 3 interfaces, which is serial 0 by 0, serial 0 by 1 and F0 by 0. Already we have assigned the IP address to the interface serial 0 by 0 and F0 by 0, which is 10.0.0.2 and here 2.100. Now I have one more interface connected here from router 2 to router 3. So here I decided to use 11.0.0.1 on the interface serial 0 by 1, and this end it was connected on the interface serial 0 by 0. I decided to use here 11.0.0.2. Okay, so now let's go and quickly configure the device. So here on router 2, I'll be connecting to the interface serial 0 by 1. So log on to the interface serial 0 by 1, IP address 11.0.0.1.255.0.0.0, no shutdown, clock rate 64,000. Now if I say the command show IP interface brief, now on my router 2 I can able to see here 3 interfaces which is configured on the F0 by 0 interface, S0 by 0 interface and S0 by 1 interface. And let's go to router 3 here, command line. So skip this setup mode, no, enable configure terminal, host name, it will be in a R3, interface F0 by 0, IP address 3.100 /24 subnet mask information 255.255.255.0, and here no shutdown, exit, and connected to the interface 0 by 0 serial, and here 11.0.0.2 255.0.0.0, no shutdown, done. Show IP interface brief. Here my interfaces has been configured and my interfaces was up and up. If I try to ping to my opposite one interface, which is 11.0.0.1, I should able to get the response. Let's go to PCs and assign the IP address as per the IP schema. So 192.168.3.1, the default gateway will be here 3.100, and here IP configuration which is 3.2, 3.100. Done. Now if I try to ping from my PC 3.1 to 3.100, which is my router gateway, I should able to get the response. So this is the way you have to configure the 2 router and 3 router IP address configuration. So again, if you have one more router connected like this, so you will be connecting like this, it will be connected to your PCs. So here it will be in a gateway 4.100 and here it will be 12.network. So this side 12.0.0.1, which will be connected on the interface serial 0 by 1, and here serial 0 by 1, whatever the interface you have connected, either serial 0 by 1 or serial 0 by 0, it will be here 12.0.0.2. So whenever you have configured the opposite one interfaces, first thing you have to ping and check whether these 2 interfaces are reachable or not. So if these 2 interfaces was not reachable, then you might having the issue with this configuration.